Hello and welcome back to 9Honey's Everyday Kitchen. I'm Jane DeGraff and today we are making 15-minute zingy peanut noodles. Now I call them zingy because we're using Szechuan pepper as well as chili in this recipe. You don't have to do that, but I love it because you get this incredible lip-numbing effect as well as the heat of the chili. There are 3 parts to this recipe, but the first 2 are super quick and easy, so I'm just going to get those out of the way before we cook up our mince. First up, we're going to make a beautiful chili oil that we drizzle over at the end. So in my little bowl here, I have some rice bran oil, and to that, I'm going to add some sambal olek, or basically chili paste, and a whole lot of garlic because I like mine really garlicky. We're just going to pop that into the oil, and then to that, I'm going to add some sesame oil. Now I like to use the toasted kind because it gives it that lovely extra depth. But if you just get plain sesame oil, that is fine too. Now I'm just going to mix that all together, and what that's going to do now is just infuse all its flavour, the chili and the garlic, and it's going to make a lovely drizzly chili sauce for us to put on at the very end over the top of our peanut noodles. So that is step 1, pop that aside. Step number 2 is to make our gorgeous peanut sauce. So what we do for that is take half a cup of peanut butter, your favourite kind, crunchy, smooth, whatever you like. I've got a dark, crunchy kind here. I'm going to pop that into a saucepan. And then to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. In we go. Ooh, bit of a splash. A teaspoon of garlic, more garlic. You need lots of garlic in this recipe, so in that goes. All right, and 1 cup of water. So we're going to tip that all into the pot, and then we're just going to set it aside because we'll heat it right at the end so that the sauce is nice and warm and ready to go onto our noodles at the end. But for now, we just pop it in our pot and set it aside. Right, so we've got our first 2 steps done. Now it's on to our 3rd step, which is the mince. And what I have in my pan here is just some peanut oil, which I've heated up, and I'm going to pop in my Szechuan peppercorns. Now this is 2 tablespoons that I have crushed. You don't have to use that much. I like a lot of this stuff because it has the most incredible floral aroma and, like I said, that tingly effect. I'm going to pop that into my pan and just stir it around in the hot oil for a minute because that will release all its oils and fragrances. This stuff is so incredibly delicious. Now it doesn't take much. Oh, the fragrance is all coming out already, which is just perfect. Excellent. Oh, I love that smell. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of that and pop it to one side because I like to use it on the top at the end. Again, this is a personal thing, up to you. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I'm just going to take a little bit like that and pop it to one side. Into that same pan, I am now going to add my mince, and we're going to fry it off till it's nice and brown. This is a really important step. You don't want to stew it. You want to turn the heat up and get it nice and caramelized. Oh, listen to that hiss. Break it all up and fry it off with those Szechuan peppercorns. Right, so you can see our mince is browning off beautifully. It's getting lovely crunchy browned bits, which is exactly what we want. Now we're going to add some more garlic, you guessed it, and some white pepper. Now it's important that it's white pepper, which surprisingly I didn't think would be important until I tried it with black pepper once, and you really need the fragrance of the white pepper for this dish. So in that all goes. We'll give it a stir through our lovely mince. Make sure that garlic gets through everything. Oh, so good. This smells incredible, this dish. Garlic and white pepper stirred through. Now what I'm going to add is half a cup of kikap manis, which is a sticky, sweet, dark soy sauce. I'm going to pop that in like that. Oh yes, treacly and delicious. And we're also going to add 1 cup of water. So in that goes. And now what we want to do is bring this up to temperature and let it simmer until most of that liquid has reduced, because it'll all get sucked into the meat and your mince will taste absolutely incredible. So just give it a minute or 2 and that fluid will cook right off. This smells and looks incredible. You can see it's cooked right down and it's made a thick, sticky sauce all around our mince, which is exactly what we want. So what I'm going to do now is just pop that to one side and let it continue to marinate, and it is time to heat our peanut sauce. So all we want to do here is melt this all together and bring it up to temperature, because that is going to be like a soup around our noodles. Oh, peanut butter, garlic, all the good things. Okay, so our peanut sauce is heated, our mince is cooked, and I have some noodles ready to go in a bowl here. Look at that. Our star of the show, our beautiful 10-minute peanut noodle sauce. Now it's time to bring all three components together. Here we go. The first thing I like to do here is take my peanut sauce and just ladle some around my noodles. So around we go. Oh, I love this dish so much. We eat this a lot in our house and it is such a fantastic family winner, this dish. So around we go with our peanuts. Yum, oh, all around. If your sauce thickens too much, you can always add a little bit of water to it, but I like mine to get thick towards the end. So around that goes. Right, and on that we're going to put our beautiful sticky sweet Szechuan peppery mince, so spoonfuls of that right into the middle of our noodles. Oh, look at this, so good. All those flavors are right in there now, and it's nice and sticky and sweet. On it goes. You will fight over the last bits in the pan for this dish, I promise you. And very last of all, it's time to garnish. And what we have is our beautiful chili oil, which you can see has gone lovely and red. So I'm going to drizzle that all over the top. And what I like to do here is take some of the oil and just dot it around on the peanut soupy sauce, because it looks so pretty and it helps to marry those flavors. So around we go, and plenty on top. Now, if you're not a big chili fan, you can cut this back a little bit, but I like my chili. So on we go. And then last but not least, we're going to do a couple more garnishes, and that includes some extra chili, fresh, because I like the contrast of that against the cooked chili in there. So on that goes. Again, you can knock this back. You don't have to burn yourself out with chili. So on that goes. I'm going to put some chopped up spring onions for some freshness over the top. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty as well as fragrant and delicious. So over the top that goes. Ah, yes. And some coriander, again, because I like the freshness and it works beautifully in this dish. Just a couple of leaves. That most divisive of herbs. You either love coriander or you really don't. I love it. So on it goes. And then those Szechuan peppercorns that we fried off right at the beginning and reserved, I like to pop some on top for that added zesty kick that I was talking about. And that is it. Those are our 15-minute zesty peanut noodles. Now I get the great joy of being the taste tester. Thank you so much for joining me for 9Honey's Everyday Kitchen. Please tell me you'll try this, because look at that. Peanutty, mincy, delicious. I will see you next time. You can leave me here with my noodles.